Hello and welcome to a very special edition of PWR Today and from the Pro Wrestling and the man they call Meathead. And ladies and gentlemen, it is a new day. Not only do we have Matthew Thomas and Linda Kay join us in just a second, we also are kind of starting over and starting fresh. The creator, the innovator, the father, the president of Pro Wrestling Report, Damian Nelson, has moved on. David Hero is out on the road like Willie Nelson, following along with senior intern Cal's just skyrocketing wrestling career. Now, at PWR Today and the PWR Draft for the 21-22 season is upon us. Let us bring in now Linda Kay and Matthew Thomas. Matthew, hello. Linda, hello.
Hello, Meathead, and congratulations on this inaugural 2021 PWR Draft coming on WrestleMania Backlash, day of WrestleMania Backlash. There's a lot of exciting things going on here.
There's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, seriously, today's the day for WrestleMania Backlash. And, I mean, let's get season 2 of my coronation beginning. I am the winner. I am the one that won this thing. Linda Kay, how do you feel about that?
Oh, so this is about you, Meathead, or the team they call Meatheads? Or is this about... Oh, okay. No, absolutely. Congratulations on winning again. We shall see what happens this year. We've got the team they call Meatheads. We've got Team Long Time. Is it time to unveil your new team name, Matthew, or are we going to save that for just a little bit?
You know what? I'm not a fan of burying the lead, and I don't know if there's any bigger lead than the unveil of yours truly's team name. For a little bit of a history lesson, last year I was bequeathed, well, wasn't technically bequeathed. I pretty much took Damian's team after he made his exit and, you know, was rolled with Team Matt Damian because I wanted to kind of merge these two great brands together. But I've decided that it's time to put on my big boy pants and make this thing, well, my big boy pants that you can't see on camera, but I promise you I'm wearing my big boy pants, and make this thing from scratch.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's why I now give you Team Nelson Matt Della. Yep, I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not lineage. Nope. You gotta remember where you came from. You gotta remember the lineage. So for 2021, you are looking at the CEO, the creator, the president, the vice president, the C something something O of Team Nelson Matt Della. Yep.
Wow, that is unbelievable. Linda, thoughts on that name?
Oh, Matthew, you are so clever with every team name you've come up with, every promotion, such as Matthew Thomas's Matthew to Watch. You know, I thought Team Matt Damian was clever, but hats off to you for your new name for this season.
And please keep an eye for apparel to be coming soon.
Say the name one more time so it's like a button at the end of us. Tell us that name one more time.
Team Nelson Matt Della.
Wow, that is amazing. I don't know if we can do the rest of the show after that name. That name literally should have been the main event. But
we'll see you later, folks.
All right, so this is the 21-22 draft. And what we are going to do is we're going to just go back real quick and talk about what happened at the end of the 2020-2021 draft. We're going to go to my friend Christopher Daniel, the Fallen Angel.
Baydala, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Andrew is a member of PWR, which I infer from this message is some sort of fantasy football style pro wrestling thing, because Andrew drafted SCU, and apparently to pick up Edge before the Rumble, he dropped SCU because he was under the impression that I had stopped wrestling / retired. So the problem with that, Andrew, is that I'm still wrestling. In fact, if you tune in to AEW Dark tomorrow, you will see me in a tag match with my main man, Francois Kazarian, against two young lads. I can't remember who they are, but I know I taped the match, and I remember we beat the dog shit out of them. They had it coming. They shouldn't have challenged us. Never mind that. This conception that you have that I'm done with is absolutely incorrect. I will still be wrestling. I will probably pass away in the ring, hopefully not soon. But yeah, man, so I don't know if that negates your trade for Edge, or, I mean, he didn't even win the title at Mania, so I'm not even sure if you're happy with that. I don't know, man. I'm not sure how this all works. In addition, according to this message, the winner is Meathead. I don't know if that means his name is Meathead or if he is a meathead. I'm not sure if they're insulting him or congratulating him. I'm not sure what's happening here, but the end result is I haven't retired, Andrew. Please continue to enjoy my work for as long as I can continue enjoying working. So there, enjoy the PWR, enjoy the draft. Better luck next year, I suppose. And that's it. I'll see you later.
Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels, letting our good, dear, close personal friend, Andrew Baydala, know that even though he believed he won the draft, the numbers said he won the draft, the accounting firm of Dewey, Cheatham & Howe. And you heard David Hero on the SNE network say that we need to find a new accounting firm because there was some silly shenanigans in that. The real winner is the man they call Meathead. I have won the 2021 draft. And with that being said, I go into this year's draft as the defending champion. I will be drafting last. So it'll be a snake-style draft, and we will be going 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, and so forth. So let us go over the rules real quick. There will be 9 picks on the air, a maximum of 2 tag teams. The talent pool will be drawn from AEW and WWE rosters. We will also be having a free agent slot after we draft. So after the draft is over, there is a free agent slot that we are able to go ahead and fill. No more injury qualifier for ad drops. There was a little bit of hesitation during the last season with the are they injured? Are they not injured? Are they retired? Minus 25 points to add or drop. The deadline for ad drops will be 6 weeks before the last pay-per-view of the season. As an example, WrestleMania would be the last pay-per-view of the season, which as of this airing would be February 20th, 2022. So that is 6 weeks prior to WrestleMania. So any ad drops that you're going to do would have to be done and in by February 20th, 2022. No more than a 2-person tag team can be drafted with 1 spot, meaning that a team like the New Day, when they were 3 people, wouldn't count. It would have to take 2 of the 3. AEW has multiple trios and multiple 5-man factions and families and groups, but you can only take 2 of the trios. A loss is minus 5 points. If that is a multiple person match, only the person taking the pinfall would be docked the lost points. Wins count if the competitor is on a winning team. Survivor Series, if it's a 5-man team and you are a survivor, like 3 people survived, you will get win points for that team. Only network or pay-per-view events will count for points. Example, the NXT TakeOver that happened right before WrestleMania this year was a 2-night event. First night was on free TV. That did not count for points. The second night, which was a Peacock app exclusive, Peacock streaming exclusive, did count. So network exclusives, if they end up going over to Saudi Arabia or do any of the super shows, those will count. Finally, let's talk the definition of a specialty match. A change to the rules outside the normal singles or tag match, example, no DQ, changes the rules. A stipulation is not a specialty match. For example, loser has to be a butler. Match stayed the same, just a consequence after. Linda Kay, Matthew Thomas, I will be drafting last. So, with the first pick in the 2021 draft, let us start the automizer.
Is this where Y2J comes at?
Where Y2J comes out? Yes. Break the walls down! Yes, that's exactly where it comes out. And now, drafting first, the 2021 draft, Linda Kay.
All right.
Thank you, Matthew.
Team long time, starting off.
Matthew Kay there. All right.
This is tremendous news. So, with the first pick of the 2021-2022 PWR Fantasy Draft, Team Longtime selects the hottest name in pro wrestling right now, the cleaner, Kenny Omega.
Oh, Kenny Omega has been drafted to Team Long Time. Matthew Thomas, how do you feel about that, knowing that Kenny Omega had to have been on your list?
I think it's a very good pick. He's got like 17 titles right now. So, yeah.
Remember, only pay-per-views coming from the WWE company and the AEW company count for points.
So, yeah, one of the hottest names in professional wrestling.
Okay. Well, Matthew Thomas, who loves to drive sports cars in the snow, apparently.
That's true. When I've got wheels and tires.
It is your turn to basically tell us who are you going to pick.
So you cannot tell by this camera angle right now, but before me is a table. And I'm sitting at the head of the table, just like my first round pick in the 2021 PWR Fantasy Draft, Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns is in the house. Roman Reigns is drafted to team. Say the team name again, just to let's get that out of there. Apologize.
Roman Reigns is drafted to Team Nelson Mandela.
Man, that's an awesome name. It's going to take me 6 months to get it right. Kind of like the Matthew Thomas's Matthew to watch in 2021. It'll take me forever, but I will get that right. Well, again, we're in a new era. We're in a new dawn. And it took me a while to get everything lined up. I mean, I'm used to being a great number 2 because people have known me to be a piece of. Just kidding. But I've always been a great number 2. I've never had to be the number 1 and get it all put together. So I'm going to be honest, folks. I'm going to be drafting from the hip. I have no lists. Ooh. I have no names. I feel like I owe Damian an apology. I feel like he needs a hug from me. Damian Nelson, for having set up this draft for how many years, having to deal with David Octavius, the Zohan hero, and myself and everybody else. I feel for him. So with my first pick of 2, because I'll be getting the next 2 picks, my first pick in the 2021-2022 championship season of the PWR Draft will be Charlotte Flair. Woo!
Well done. Well done. That's a very viable option. I mean, that's one of those, when you look at a title picture or without a title picture, somebody who is most likely always going to be in that hunt is Charlotte Flair. So well done, Meathead.
Thank you. Taking women from WWE. Now, so far, just the round 1. Again, I'm dragging it out. I feel like I'm channeling Damian here. Pick number 1 was Kenny Omega, the cleaner. Pick number 2 from Matthew was the head of the table, Roman Reigns. And pick number 3, Charlotte Flair. Now, to go into pick number 4 from the man they call Meathead. Again, let us talk about AEW. We go to AEW, and we're going to go to Miro, the best man. He will be the man that pushes forward in AEW. Thoughts, reacts?
Miro right now is Miro firing on all cylinders. The recently coordinated almost said TNA champion. And, we really got a glimpse last Wednesday night into what Miro is presented correctly. So I think a very excellent choice for you, Meathead.
Okay. Well, what that does is that takes us right back to Matthew Thomas. And Matthew, it's time for your second pick.
So Matthew Thomas is going with a late season acquisition.
Acquisition?
Acquisition, something like that.
Aqualung?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Of the former team, Matt Damian, we're going Bobby Lashley at number 2.
Ooh, the all.
That's your friend, right?
That's my very close personal friend, Bobby Lashley. He'll be very. I'm not gonna tell him I didn't take him first, but he's
don't let you put him on the championship squad.
He's up there in the hunt.
Okay.
All right.
Bobby Lashley is now off the board. Linda Kay at the end of round 2. What are you doing?
Well, I am going to stick with another AEW star.
Ooh.
She may not be AEW Women's Champion quite yet, but I foresee that happening in the very, very future, and that is Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
I love that. DMD. Britt Baker off the board. I will tell you that, again, of course, my poor preparation has me going through a list in my head, but she was on the list, probably 2 or 3. So, yeah. Man, we are at the end of round 2. Now, Linda, you get what in fantasy sports is called the reach around. So, Linda, I'd like you to reach around and grab somebody else. No pun intended.
Oh, alrighty. Well,
you seem excited.
we are going to stick with women's champions this time over in WWE. She's the EST of WWE. I'm selecting Bianca Belair.
Wow. Okay. Bianca Belair is now off the board. We are in round 3. That was Linda's first pick for round 3. The EST of WWE, Bianca Belair, the SmackDown Women's Champion. Matthew Thomas, the real Matthew Thomas. What are we doing? What's next for Matthew Thomas?
So you probably saw me reach off screen and cross a name off my list, and that unfortunately was Bianca Belair because I had her pretty high. But my reaction to that is simply, bro. So that's why with my third pick in this draft, Team Nelson Mandela takes RK Bro.
RK Bro, which ironically, paperwork has been filed for them to be a tag team.
Very true.
So Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods have filed the paperwork and have set up the fact that they are a tag team. So Matthew Thomas with a very smart selection, grabbing Randy Orton and Matt Riddle. Who is, say it again, Matthew.
Matt Riddle is Matthew's Matthew to watch for 2021 and your future 2021 Money in the Bank winner.
Whoa, he's calling it out. You think RK Bro is going to have a Money in the Bank winner? And the Money in the Bank, I believe, is this June?
Next month, yeah. Next month.
Yeah, okay.
Nice call, Matthew.
Thank you very much.
Great call. Well, that gets us to the end of round 3, I believe it is, or is it the beginning of round 4? I know I'm up next. I lost track of the numbers here. I believe we're at because I've only picked 2 players. So we're at the end of round 3. My apologies. So at the end of round 3, it is now time for myself to draft. And boy, oh boy, again, apologies to Damian Nelson for all the years of just hassling him, trying to run a show and trying to pick. But it's time. I will now be going to AEW as well. And I'm going to pick a future world champion, a former tag team champion. And he used to be champion with the cleaner Kenny Omega. I'm going to pick one of the Pages. It's Hangman. Adam Page is now a member of the team they call Meatheads. Thoughts, opinions from Matthew and Linda. Linda, start us off.
Well, thank you for clarifying which page
of
AEW you were taking. But yeah, no. Adam Page, absolutely even more on the rise than he has been. So great choice, Meathead. Great choice.
So my reception cut out there briefly, but all I heard was Meathead takes former Divas champion Paige. Congratulations, Meathead. She's done great things in the past. And, you know, I don't know if she's currently wrestling, but when she comes back, my man, you got it.
That is hilarious, but not really what happened. I have Hangman Adam Page. Hangman Adam Page now on team they call Meatheads. So that was the end of round 3. Let's start off round 4, and it's the reach around, if you will. I'm good at the reach arounds as well, so it's fine. We've got 2 AEW. We've got 1 WWE. I don't have a male competitor yet from the WWE. He did me justice as far as winning the 2020-2021 draft. I'm going to go with the Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre, is now off the board, and a returning member to the team they call Meatheads. Matthew, your thoughts?
Oh, I think that's a very, very viable choice. It's very reminiscent of the Charlotte pick in the fact that title hunt, no title hunt, that's somebody that is consistently a top-tier card person right there. So I'm liking what you're doing here.
Okay, Matthew. We are starting round 4, and that means you are up. The real Matthew Thomas, the real M. Thomas, you're up with your pick.
Well, see, the thing about Team Nelson Mandela,
you have to mentally think about it too.
Yeah, it's taken me a little while too. But, we're not just a team, we're a stable. And when you're going stable, you got to go for the best bang for your buck. You got to look at what's on the market, and you got to max the heck out of those 2 tag teams that are allowed. So with my next pick, I'm going your Raw Tag Team Champions, AJ Styles and Omos.
Okay. So are you doing it more for AJ, more for Omos, or for the fact that they're the tag team champions?
I think we're going to get some points for the tag team title reign, but my goodness, you got AJ Styles in there. You got AJ Styles with somebody that there's a lot of unknowns with Omos. I mean, if this thing sticks around, hey, I think it's going to be a lengthy title run. If it doesn't, I think he's somebody that there's a lot of unknowns there, but he's somebody you're going to be seeing a lot of. So to answer your question, I'm not going to answer your question. I'm doing all of the above.
Wow. Linda Kay, let us talk to you. Let us talk the end of round 4, and let us go directly to you with your pick. Again, it's time for the reach around.
Oh, all right. Well, my next pick, one person who is definitely a star. We have talked about becoming a star from the start, and who is the biggest leader of the biggest stable in AEW right now.
Yep.
None other than MJF.
MJF off the board and part of the Linda, say the name again. It's Team Longtime?
Yes. TLT.
I'm telling you, Matthew Thomas's team has thrown me off to the point where I've got to mentally think about how we say each one of these teams.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's my strategy. It's not just about who you pick, who you don't pick. It's about, can you get into people's heads? Can you, cerebrally manipulate people? And that's me. I'm the something.
Well, Linda, this is round 5, and you were up again. Let's hear what you got. Linda, you're up for round 5.
All right. Well, okay. Well, just like Matthew recently said, you got to get your bang for your buck. Oh. And speaking of bucks, I'm going to go with Nick and Matt Jackson, the Young Bucks, with my first, maybe only, but first tag team of this year's draft.
I will tell you that was the next pick from the man they call Meathead and the team they call Meatheads was Young Bucks. However, they are now on Team Longtime. Wow, that is the beginning of round 5. Round 5, Linda Kay takes the Young Bucks. Now, Matthew, you are the, no pun intended, the meat in between the Linda and Meathead sandwich, but it is time for you to draft again in round 5.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach over here. Wait a minute. Reach over here.
Camera left, camera right.
And take someone that was a staple from the team they call Meathead last year. And if you've noticed, my team, which is Team Nelson Mandela, has no female talent as of yet. I'm going to change that with your current Raw Women's Champion.
Oh, my girl!
Rhea Ripley. Yes.
My girl!
Yes.
I'm being screwed.
There you go. There you go.
Look at the draw, baby.
Boom.
I don't think 2021, 2022 is going to be a good year for the man they call Meathead. Holy smokes. Wow. Off the board so far. I mean, the Raw Women's Champion, the SmackDown Women's Champion, the AEW World Champion, the SmackDown World Champion, the Raw World Champion. I mean, what's left for Meathead to take? The Raw Tag Team Champions. I mean, wow. What is left? What's left for me to have? I would take these SmackDown Tag Team Champions if I thought they were going to win, but they're not. So with my next pick, the man they call Meathead drafts the Mysterios, Rey and Dominic Mysterio, who should be winning tonight and becoming the first ever father-son tag team champions. Reaction on the Mysterios going off the board.
No, I think you called it right. I think that happens tonight, and you got to think they're going to have some. They're going to have those belts for a little while.
Okay, that is the end of round 5. Let's go to round 6. Now, I need to also. Oh, I'm still hot about the Rhea Ripley thing because that is my girl. But hopefully, we'll pick up some points with Charlotte taking the belt off of her. I mean, I want her to keep the belt, but now you know what? You're out of there. Give me back the belt. And again, Matthew, you made a point earlier in the program here where you said future Money in the Bank winner, right? Where you're thinking about Matt Riddle, who's the Matthew to watch in 2021. Boy, that takes effort, mental effort to do that.
Effort's worth it.
Yeah. So we have to think who's winning at Money in the Bank, who's winning at SummerSlam, who's winning at Survivor Series, and who's winning at the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. I am now going to take a male competitor that will be in the main event, a WrestleMania Blacklash. I was thinking something else, but Backlash. I will take the King of Swing, Cesaro, on the team they call Meatheads. Linda, thoughts? What do you think about that, Linda?
Hey, we've talked about it. Well, we've talked about it a lot recently in this big push for Cesaro again. I mean, look at how much time he's been getting in the primetime slot on SmackDown, and it's against Roman Reigns. I think it's bound to happen for Cesaro very soon, so good call on Cesaro.
Okay. Well, Linda, and that brings us to you. It is now time for you to tell us who your next pick is in the 2021-2022 draft. Linda K., start us off.
I get again? Oh,
yeah, you come back.
Tremendous. Well,
no, I'm sorry. I believe,
okay.
Matthew, I skipped you. My apologies.
Yeah.
It's my first day. And really, I was upset about the Rhea Ripley thing, and I think I kind of did that on purpose.
The conspiracy thought starts, man. Like,
right.
I just keep that in my hip pocket, because not that I think I'm going to need any help after this is said and done, but if I did, I mean, that was rules for protest right there. So anyway, thank you for adhering to the very specific rules of this draft. And I'm going to deviate. I have not gone away from WWE main roster thus far. I'm going to change that with this pick, who is your current NXT champion in Karrion Kross.
Oh, another champion who's got a lot of background, who's got a lot of real steam behind him. Linda, your thoughts on Karrion Kross? Linda, thoughts on Karrion Kross?
Wow, that was actually on my list next, Matthew. So I'll need a second here. It is my turn now, right?
I think that's what Matthew's been doing here. Is Matthew's been going ahead and just trying to keep us off kilter, and just taking the people. I think he saw our list. Now, how you saw the list up here, I have no idea.
Well, just keep in mind, these are computers that we're operating on. There's cameras and computers. You can hack into anything.
I guess. Linda, now that Karrion Kross is off your list, what are we doing next?
Well, I think it's time for me to select my next tag team. And I'm going to go with the team that has done so well for Team Long Time. And I know they are not currently in the tag team hunt with WWE, but I know they will be, because they're the 11-time, 12-time
tag team
champions. And my boys, the New Day. There they are. I know Big E's not with them right now, but still, they're going to join the show with me right now, too.
10-4. All right. Well, Linda K., that was, I believe, the end of round 7, if I'm not mistaken. Round 7 has been concluded, and Linda K's got the big New Day prop right over the top of her right shoulder there. Linda K., reach around time. Round 8. We only have 2 more picks to go. Round 8.
All right. Well, you did pick Karrion Kross, who is Matthew, who is currently our NXT champion, but I'm going to go for someone who might take that from him at the next NXT pay-per-view in your house, and that might just be the Prince, Finn Balor.
Okay, the Prince Finn Balor off the board, and I could hear you saying Finn Balor in your head. I could hear it coming that you were going to take Finn Balor. Matthew Thomas, how do you feel about Finn Balor being gone?
Well, the great thing about that pick, though, is, Balor is going to have his rematch NXT, but he's also somebody who can jump up to the main roster.
Yeah.
Second, a former main eventer and a former main eventer who can go right.
Former Universal Champion.
Yeah, into that main event picture and give you, interesting matchups. And keep in mind, too, you've got heel champions on both Raw and SmackDown. You need to change the pace a little bit. That's somebody who can go up and wrestle, a heel champion right at the start.
Okay. Well, Matthew, that brings us back to you. And it's time for you to draft again. I believe this is the middle pick of round 8.
So one cool thing about Team Nelson Mandela is it's going to have bros and it's going to have brogues. So that's why with my next pick, we're going your current United States champion, Sheamus.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yes, sir.
Very nice. Sheamus fella is now off the board. You know, he was mentally there for me only because he's a champion. However, I was keeping him towards the end of the draft because, honestly, Sheamus may get you a title defense once, maybe twice. I feel he loses that title on a pay-per-view, and that's something I wanted to stay away from.
Interesting.
Okay. End of round 8. Beginning of round 9. I have 2 picks coming up, and I don't have any tag teams. What am I going to do? I believe from AEW, though they haven't got a title shot yet, they do have registered wins as a tag team. The tag team of Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston. They call Meatheads.
Okay.
That is
I like that bold move there. I had Moxley in the list, but
that is tag team number
wasn't sure
1.
if Moxley and Kingston were going to be.
Tag team number 1 is there. Now, I feel that they have also slighted my man on the SmackDown brand and have not given him his how do you say, his due comeuppance, if you will. I'm going to take from the SmackDown team, or the SmackDown brand, the tag team of Chad Gable and I could do this all day.
Yeah. Please do.
No, but that is my team. I'm going to take those guys as my 9th pick and my final pick. What do you guys think? Team they call Meatheads is off the board now.
Yeah. No, you were a very big advocate of the tag team strategy last year, and it brought you great success. And
the irony of that is, I was going to say the irony of that is last year I got the team of Asuka and Kairi Sane, which got me a Money in the Bank win.
And I'm glad to see you reigniting that strategy here.
Otis is going to give me some big points. So Matthew Thomas, last pick of the PWR 21-22 draft in round 9.
Talk amongst yourselves for a moment, please.
Talk amongst ourselves for the moment. Well,
I
have a 2-shot here. So, Linda, we'll just focus on the views. And we'll try to get people to actually watch. So, Linda Kay, let's talk about what's going to happen tonight at WrestleMania Backlash.
Yeah.
How many points do you feel that you're going to get tonight? Do you think you're going to jump out into the lead on this particular show?
I've got to double check who I have on the card table. I have Bianca Belair.
Okay.
That should be a great start.
That will track well.
Long time. Not really sure if I have anybody else on the card tonight. Looking at my list here. Well, one thing I will add, if you have the camera on me right now, and I think I noticed you and Matthew as well. We're all sporting a little collar and elbow here.
Yes. Let's go there. Show us again. So we can see that in full screen.
Well, this is one of my.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorites. It says "Wrestling's not dead."
Wrestling's not dead. Nice.
Perfect for our occasion today.
Now, Matthew Thomas, real quick, can you show us your shirt? What are you wearing today, my friend?
I am also sporting one of my favorite collar and elbows, the "Thank You for Wrestling" shirt. Maybe we can just lower this thing down a little bit here, to get you a full.
Let's talk about that jacket for a second, too. I mean, are somebody's curtains missing?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Hey, I'm pretty handy with the sewing machine. So, when I see something I like, curtains or no curtains, I go for it. And
today, we'll pan down a little bit. Today, I am doing the old Irish whip, if you don't know that, fella. The Irish whip. So, and again, folks, these are from collarandelbowbrand.com. And Linda Kay, there's a promo code that we should be using. What is that? What's the promo code?
Use promo code Linda. It's Linda Kay. That's LINDAKAY. See what I did there? So you'll save 10% if you use the promo code Linda Kay. collarandelbowbrand.com. You could be looking fly, just like all of us here
if somebody
at
has
PWR today.
That's how you start with an L. That's going to be an L letter right there.
Oh, boy.
What you want to do after that, the next thing you do is an I. An I looks a lot like a 1, but it's not. If you want to distinguish it from a 1, you can put like the little things over the top of it right there. And then the next thing you do is you go in N. And so that's what an N's going to look like for you right there. That's an N. And then let's see, where was I at? D. Okay. So you're going to want to do a D. That's going to be your D right there. You're going to enter that. And then after that, you're going to want to do an A. So it looks like a little house or something. You make that.
Well, that's a capital A.
Yeah, it's capital A. So
I only set up my lighting for daytime here. I mean, I'm going to need to adjust.
That gives you Linda, and then this is the confusing part. You're going to do the letter K, okay? But you're not finished there. You want to go, and then you want to do another A. Remember, that's what we just did. That's the little house-looking thing. And then that's going to be your A. And then finally, to conclude it, you're going to want to do a Y. So it looks like an upside down A, and then you put a little, like one leg at the bottom. So that's going to be your Y. So put that together. It's Linda K, and that saves you, that's going to save you money. And if you want to further, that's a $sign right there.
That's a $sign, okay.
But you don't put that in the code.
Thank you for the visuals. Just in case.
Just in case. So Matthew Thomas, after that long diatribe, we left off with you making your final pick.
Yes, I had to go get a piece of paraphernalia. And because I've got people from Raw, I've got people from SmackDown, I've got people from NXT, I don't have anybody from AEW at this point, and I like to think of Team Nelson Matt Della as a very well-rounded team. I like to diversify my portfolio, if you will. So that's why with my final pick, the 2021 draft, I'm going one of my personal favorites from AEW, Orange Cassidy.
Nice. Okay. I think in honor of that, there you go, pal.
I do have an orange in my fridge, but I don't really want to go run and get it just because. I mean, maybe if I was picking him again, I acquired him last year. He did some great work for Team Long Time. So kudos to you, Matthew. Love the shades as well.
All right, Linda K, with the final pick in the 2021 draft, it goes to you. This is no reach around. You get one more pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking Orange Cassidy or perhaps this other person from AEW, and it got me thinking.
Orange did a great business last year with that late season pickup.
Yes. So, this next pick got me thinking because there is a chance he may not be on for a little bit due to possibly touring with his rock band. But looking at the pay-per-view schedule for AEW, he will be in a specialty match at Double or Nothing. He might not be on the all-out pay-per-view in September due to tour dates. However, he would possibly be back for Full Gear and, of course, hop to the next year, Revolution. And that would be the one and only Le Champion and my favorite, the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla.
I miss the Ayatollah. Chris Jericho going to Team Long Time. Now, folks that are not aware, this actually is a draft that we can do trades in. And to be honest, you guys all have people I want. So let's keep an eye out. There is a new Twitter handle at PWR Draft 2021 is where you're going to see all the action, all the updates, all the score results. And we will have that updated after WrestleMania Backlash tonight with updates. So again, keep your eyes on our socials. As you can see, we are PWR Today at PWR360. There's myself, there's Matthew Thomas, and there's Linda K as well. We appreciate you guys jumping in. Again, it's a new day. I feel like it's Monday Nitro in spring of 2000. Do you remember that April 2000 when they went to the really bright blue mat? They had the Nitrotron, instead of the old entrance, the old WCW stage. I feel like it's a new day. We have not forgotten about David Hero. We have not forgotten about senior intern Cal, and we have definitely not forgotten about our good friend Damian Nelson. But it is time for the PWR Today staff to do the 2021-2022 draft. Final shots. Start with you, Linda.
Are we doing the free agent pick? Is this what we're getting at right now? Is final
I'd like to see that happen after the draft, maybe, and then maybe on the socials. So if you want to know what the picks are afterwards, I say you have to reach out to PWR Draft 2021 on Twitter to find out.
All right. So this is in conclusion, if you will.
Conclusion, yep. In conclusion,
All right.
hey, let's hear your thoughts on your team and how you feel for the season.
Well, I feel really good about Team Long Time. This is only my second time doing the PWR Fantasy Draft. Last year, I went in not really having much of a strategy. I mean, what I had in mind was who has been on TV the most, but I didn't really put into factor the long run. Could they have
The
gold?
long time, if you will.
Yes, thank you. That was a good one. But this time I looked ahead, looked at the year-round schedule, being in the draft last year as well, becoming a little bit more familiar, and I was able to acquire many of my top 9 choices to begin with, but I've got a strong crew. Let's go, Team Long Time. Woo!
Okay, Matthew Thomas, this is your first full season. It's your second draft, but your first full season. Matthew Thomas, your thoughts on where you're going to go this year in the PWR draft?
All I know is I'm going to have the tightest and most secure pants in the entire world because I've got so many belts right now.
So there was talk, and Matthew, I want you to elaborate on this. There was talks of
That's actually a really good segue.
Yeah, there was talks of a specialty point scoring mechanism placed in for butt cracks. Matthew, do you want to elaborate?
Yeah, you know, I think that's going to be something really good to keep this thing fun and entertaining because I'd like to introduce the butt crack rule because you'll go, you know, weeks, if not months, no butt cracks. And then you'll have an AEW like we had a couple of weeks ago where you've got multiple butt cracks. Here's the thing. If someone on your team exposes a butt crack either on purpose or by accident throughout the course of a match that counts on a pay-per-view, we're not going to do, you know, we just do pay-per-views, then you have the option to drop that person without any penalty points. I think it makes sense. I think it's just, you know, it goes without saying that this is a very logical stipulation.
Linda, we're going to have to talk to the accounting firm of Dewey, Cheatham & Howe, but the Butt Crack Initiative is on the table. So basically the butt crack.
You mentioned it as well. This is something I guess we're going to have to take to the accounting firm. So we're still going with the accounting firm of Dewey, Cheatham & Howe. Is that correct?
Honestly, they did my taxes last year too, and I seem to have made a couple bucks. You know, I was able to buy a jacket. So we're going to stick with the accounting firm.
I want to say, think about how much fun the butt crack rule is going to make watching professional wrestling for each of you, because you got somebody who's not doing that great. You want to get rid of them. You know, you don't necessarily want to cheer for the opponent to beat them so you lose points, but you want to cheer for the opponent just to get a handful of trunks and do their thing, you know?
Are you sniffing around for the butt crack?
What's that?
You'll be sniffing around for the butt crack then?
If the shoe fits.
All right. The man they call Meathead, the team they call Meatheads, are celebrating their championship season and looking to defend. I have not prepared. I had no list. I literally didn't write anything down. I will have to go back and watch this video. But I guarantee that the team they call Meatheads will become victorious once again. So for all of us here at PWR Today, for Matthew, for Linda, and the man they call Meathead, enjoy WrestleMania Backlash tonight. We will talk to you tomorrow morning on PWR Today. Melinda and myself will be reviewing the pay-per-view. And we'll also have at PWR Draft 2021 the scores and the free agent pickups afterwards. You guys good? You good? You ready? You psyched? You pumped?
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
For Linda, I'm the man they call Meathead. Hey, thanks for stopping by. So long, everyone.